Hello everyone, and I'm back with more fractals, and here is Eli from 2D Array.
Hello, hello.
Still never know how to say your last name, but you are somewhat well known. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, a little bit. I have this problem that I think a lot of people have heard of my games, but I think a lot of people also don't realize that I made more than one of these things. We got some, the old Flash market where you both kind of started. It's like that was a crazy way to spread a bunch of content to a ton of people, but I never really collected all the people who played my stuff, so I didn't have like a kind of unified fan base.
Oh, that's too bad. I also didn't make. I didn't capitalize on my fame, so too bad.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and we both had that weird thing that we both worked with Edmund McMillan, and he's like...
Oh, yeah. Wait, you did? Wow.
Yeah, we made...
I forgot about that. You stole him away from me.
No, I feel the other way around, because I only made one game with him, and you made more than one.
Yeah, I made games with him before you.
Right.
So you stole him.
I mean, I guess I didn't do a very good job, though, because we only did the one.
Every once in a while he has a game idea I don't want to do, and then he finds someone else to do it. I guess that's how it happened with me and Isaac too, because Tommy didn't want to do that one, and then I was like, yeah, Isaac, that's good. But then I guess Spewer and Acer I didn't like, and then he did them with someone else.
Yeah.
Or did I know about Spewer? I don't know, maybe I didn't want to do water physics.
Yeah, I think that I think I remember, okay, let's see, I was working on a thing that was like a paint-based game, and I showed that to him at one point, and he mentioned that he had this character called Spear that he had sketched out or something.
Oh, so the paint
that could be a fit for
vomit? Damn.
Yeah, so initially it was going to be paint, and then Edmund came on, and then it was suddenly a game about puking, and it was like, okay, well, this, first of all, is much more noticeable than what I would have come up with on my own. Second of all, I wouldn't have made a puke game on my own, but I'm like, I don't know, it was a really good fit for that. Like, it worked out really well. I'm still really happy with that game. I think we did a good job.
I bet. Too bad it happened before Steam, huh? Before Edmund did all the games on Steam.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it got to a point. He got so famous that I couldn't get a hold of him anymore, which was surreal.
Oh, wow. Yeah, even I don't get a hold of him that often.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine there's just such a huge number of people pinging him all the time. It's just these channels are probably just full of random people from random places like, hey, Edmund, I played a thing, and I think I have this opinion about why you're dumb, or whatever. He's probably got so much noise, it's probably crazy.
I remember when he had this website called This Is a Cry for Help, and then he posted the hate mail he would get.
That's very Edmund.
I wonder if people still get a hate mail. That's pretty crazy.
Oh, man, yeah. I feel like I never really got a whole lot of... I never really had a whole lot of problem with that.
Yeah, I wonder, you squeaky clean developer.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can think of a few times when somebody was rude about a bug report or something.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody sent me a bug report for Not the Robots that was I found this problem and I think you should fix it right now. And they were just really fucking weird about it. And I think that I responded I guess we're just going to have to hope that somebody more polite asks for the same thing, because I'm not going to fix it based on that request.
That's pretty good.
I don't know, mostly I feel like the people that I talk to about, I don't know, the people I encounter who played a game I made, they all seem really supportive. It seems really nice. It might just be that I haven't met enough of them to encounter the people who are rude. But I don't know. I think gaming community's been pretty nice to me overall.
Does the stream look good, by the way? I set it to a lower resolution this time, because last time it was being delayed, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, it looks fine to me. I can read all the text and stuff.
Oh, you can? Even though it's only 180? Cool.
Yeah.
Wow, even with the small text.
Some of that's a little small. Okay.
Yeah.
I might be a little behind where the code stuff was all very
I guess I specifically have big code text because specifically streams. Which I guess was a bit of a change, but I guess it's not too bad. I don't sit that close to the screen anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, music. I should put music on, right. So how did you like the flying around and the fractals?
I think that's looking pretty cool. I'm curious to hear some more about this mouse game. I didn't realize that there were these other animals chasing you around. So you showed me the other clip.
Well,
I'm kind of curious how that stuff mixes in with this.
That's all on hold, and I paused the mouse game to work on another game called Squid Invaders, and I paused Squid Invaders to work on this. But this isn't a game, so it won't take long. But who knows?
Yeah.
And also I restructured some mouse code, so now it will be easy to get back to mouse at one point.
Cool.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So let's see. I saw you had some collision with the character against the Fractal. Is that doing like a mesh collider thing, or is that doing more Fractal evaluation to figure out?
It's a mesh collider.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a terrible mesh collider though, because it just picks like one in. I guess it just picks the vertices that line up with the. Well, I guess it just picks 20 out of 200, and then that's the mesh. I need to do something where it picks like the, what's it called, the average, I guess, of them, or the maximum.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a way to do that without slowing it down.
What's the poly count on your your tiles?
Well, it's 200 by 200 vertices, so I'm assuming it's.
Okay, yeah.
It's that times 6. Oh wait, no, it's that times 2. That's the triangles.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. Yeah.
I guess that would be 40,000.
If it's a grid, I think it's close to 2 per point, except for the edges on one side. Yeah. Okay.
Well, you can neglect the edges. I think it's 201 times 201 actually.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes you can get away with just doing a mesh collider on the direct display mesh, but that sounds like it might be a little heavy for that.
Yeah. No, that didn't work too well.
Yeah. Maybe if you could. Yeah. I mean, if you could generate those mesh colliders at load time or at edit time, that'd be fine. I think they're pretty fast if it's already present, but generating the mesh collider seems very, very slow sometimes. If you do it during gameplay, at least.
Oh yeah, well it's not just that, it's also, well I guess you're right, it's definitely that, but also just colliding with a mesh that has 200 times 200 vertices is not good.
Actually, I find that PhysX is like pretty capable of that. I have a lot of just kind of giant static mesh colliders and stuff, and it seems to work fine. Yeah.
But
does a lot of broad
it's
face.
200 times 200 vertices, and that's just for a tiny little piece.
Right, but then they can do a bunch of broad face stuff. They can segment it. They can split it up into buckets and quad trees, and they can sort them and do all this crazy shit and whatnot.
Well,
it seems very fast.
I definitely had lag, but I guess that may have been because it was creating them.
Yeah. Creating them is very, very slow, especially if they have a large poly count. It's got a huge delay. If you profile that, it shows up like.
And I guess I can't do that in jobs either, so I'll have to.
Right.
Take that one out and put the other stuff into jobs.
Yeah, it may be possible that you could use a terrain collider. That might be faster to generate. I don't totally remember. I kind of think it might be.
Well, I don't think that will work anyway. Well, I guess it could use a lot of terrain colliders. You're right.
Right. Yeah, you'd have to make a bunch of them, and you'd have to be generating those height maps for it to use. But I think that might still end up being faster than mesh colliders total.
I think the height maps would actually work. You could just take the 200 by 200, and that would be a decent height map for it.
Right. Another option is you can write your fractal equation, your expression or whatever, your function for solving the fractal for a point. You can put that on the CPU in an extra spot where you can evaluate it for collision stuff, and you can just say like what's the terrain height for this point. And you can evaluate the fractal to figure that out. Depending on how many samples you have to do per frame, that can be really, really fast. If you have too many samples, then that gets slow because you've got all this extra fractal.
Yeah, but then you'd only have the ground, and you wouldn't have the wall collisions very well.
Yeah, you might have. Yeah, you could probably get away with some kind of multi-sampling. Take a little.
I know,
but patch, but yeah.
I guess I might. I actually have trouble when I play as the mouse character. It has line casts to walk, and those don't work when it's scaled up by 50 times, I guess. So it just floats over the ground. Even it collides with it, but it doesn't do the line casts on them. It's really weird.
Strange.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how and why.
Yeah.
I wish that on collision stay wasn't a garbage function.
Yeah, that's like a crime.
Yeah, it is. It sure is, man. I wrote the whole poor mouse game and it had on collision stay, and then it just crapped itself with garbage.
Yeah. I've been diligently trying to avoid using any of that for that tower destruction game.
Oh, wow.
There's so many rigid bodies. If any of them were using on collision stay, it would shit the bed instantly.
Well, I probably could use it on one of them, but that's it.
I might do it on just the player alone. That might be it. So far, I've just been doing like kind of checking the velocity and the angular velocity for each frame and just seeing if it ever changes too fast, and that's a nice approximation of acceleration. I mean, it's like literally acceleration, but it ends up being a nice approximation of like an impact detector. Because if it's moving fast and then it suddenly stops and hits something, then that counts as like a big hit because it's losing a ton of velocity really fast. And if it starts moving really fast, like if an explosion pushes it really hard, that can also count as an impact because it's starting to move.
Well, then you don't know what did the impact. I mean, you can use on collision stay if you don't want to know what caused the impact. It'll run fine then.
Yeah.
If you don't like save the collision or use the collision.
Oh man, really? I was feeling like it even just running those functions.
No, apparently the only thing that creates the garbage is the fact that you're taking out the information about the collision into the function. If you don't write it on the header of the function where it says, well, that I guess then. But then you won't know where. I mean, there's different versions of it you can do. I think there's one where you just get the hit point. But
yeah, there's one where you get a collision info.
Or maybe
some other ones
maybe it's the collider that I'm thinking of. Maybe you just get the collider.
Oh, is that like overlap sphere non-allocate or whatever? Is he talking about those, or is that?
No, it's a collider, I guess.
Collision enter. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll have to look into that because I have just been trying to avoid those functions a lot. Maybe there's more versions I haven't been aware of.
Well, the one with enter they're not as bad, but the one with stay are terrible.
Yeah.
And especially if you use the collision, I guess. Yeah, I probably might want to get back to those for doing that specifically, the walking. Specifically in the Fractal.
You said you were doing line casts? Have you tried like sphere casts?
I don't think I've tried, but...
Yeah, sometimes those are a little easier to deal with character stuff, because characters always, they have a thickness.
Well, I mean, I use a lot of line casts.
Right.
So that would be even worse if it was sphere casts.
Yeah, well, if it's a sphere cast, sometimes you can get away with just doing one. Like, instead of doing 10 samples for the whole size of the guy, you could just do one sphere cast, which is the size of the guy, and you can cover all those at the same time.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well,
can be very nice.
Well, the thing is that the mouse can walk on walls, so it needs several, I guess.
Yeah. Special case stuff.
Indeed. But the mouse, man, yeah, you have that too, right? Where you start a lot of games. I mean, I know you do because we talked, but.
Yeah, absolutely. I never finish anything. Actually, I released a game yesterday, so that's not true anymore. But yeah, what? I never finish anything.
Is it on Steam?
It is on. It's a Pico 8 game. There's a Pico 8 Advent calendar going on this month. So each day leading up to December.
What's this Pico 8, anyways? What does that stand for?
Okay, let's see. Pico 8 is it's pretending to be an emulator for an old device that never really existed.
Oh, but
it's a fantasy console.
Oh, why didn't they use a console that exists? That's too bad.
Well, the idea is that the guy who made it has a real fondness for these old computer platforms like ZX Spectrum and stuff like that.
Wouldn't it be
Commodore
funny if he
64.
actually made the console then, after a while?
Yeah, I mean, there's certain hardware devices where you can run it, so it kind of acts as if there is a real one. But, you know, the idea is that it's a cozy development environment. The guy gave a talk about this. It can be kind of overwhelming to make, you know, modern games because there's so many options, there's so much tech, there's so many things you could do. It gets really hard to kind of narrow it down and just actually make and finish something. So Pico 8 steps in to just kind of remove a lot of the options.
Wow, exactly that problem that you had, huh? Where you couldn't finish anything.
Right, yeah. And, you know, and I think he recognized that was a thing for a lot of people. So it's a very intentionally constrained environment. You don't have any floating point numbers. You don't have integers. You only have fixed point numbers. That's a really weird place to start. There's only 16 colors in the palette.
That's terrible. Oh no.
There's 16 colors in the palette. You can't change them. So they're just numbers from 0 to 15. That's all the colors you have. It's 128 by 128 screen. You can't change that either. You can make it smaller and like zoom in, but you can't make it any bigger than that. It has a little slot of memory that's like the same size as the screen, and you can store sprites in that. It includes a little editor for your sprites, it includes a map editor, it includes a music and sound editor. So it's like a full self-contained game engine, but it's old-fashioned and intentionally kept very small.
So, someone asking me how long it'll take to make this game. I'm hoping it's gonna be a month, but it might take longer to add the music and stuff. Because the music guy will have to make that, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a simple console, huh? But the problem is you can't like release the game on Steam now, can you?
I think they got into binary exporters now, so you could, but you know, retro games aren't probably a great idea on Steam at this point. It might be a little past the time where that's totally acceptable. I don't know. They do well on itch. They have their own little portal.
I guess it'd be cool if they would release the whole Pico 8 console on Steam as an emulator.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's neat. They have a really nice community. There's a lot of people submitting games. You can browse games that people have made online from the local editor. It's a very, very nice, very tight little piece of software. It runs Lua. I hadn't used Lua until I used that, and it's strange. You know, I like C# for being very strict. Lua is very not strict, but wow. I like it.
Can you put Lua into C#?
Yeah, I've definitely seen somebody who made an interpreter for it.
Oh, you have to manually do it? Damn it.
I mean, you could find somebody else's thing that somebody else has already manually done it. You just get, you know, a little Lua engine. Works. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm being slightly distracted by the conversation, but I guess that's cool.
Yeah, so, if I need to quiet down, that's fine.
No, you should be here to entertain, so it's good. I just need to, because normally the people don't know about fractals, and then I guess I just talk a little bit about them, and but then you know all about programming and stuff, so it's very interesting. But I guess it's harder to do actual work. But it's no worry, obviously, because I got time.
Yeah, we'll find a balance. I should probably tell my Twitter people that I'm doing this right now.
Sure. I mean, if you want.
Yeah.
These streams are pretty underground.
Yeah,
well, I guess if this one gets like 200 views, then you know that you should do once yourself. So what's the best prototype that you've abandoned?
Oh man, I mean, I guess my hope right now is that the best prototypes I have are the ones that I actually finished, and I hope that that's the reason why I didn't finish the other ones, because they weren't as good. But let me think. Let's see. Okay, I mean, the reason we're talking in the first place again, like, you know, you hit me up because you saw that 3D fractal thing I was working on. That's probably the yeah.
I completely forgot that you did Spewer as well. I guess we are pretty close, huh? We talked a lot back in the day, but then now, yeah, I guess I've been so busy trying to make these games and never finishing them. I didn't really talk to a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that Fractal game might be the best unfinished thing that I have. And, like, you know, it's unfinished for a different reason than usual, which is just that it was too hard to make new content for it.
What?
I mean, it was a thing that was based on drawing the Mandelbox fractal, which is, like, probably the most famous 3D fractal that I've found, at least. Yeah, it's, like, not... It's, like... It sounds like it's related to Mandelbrot, but it's not really the same type of function, but whatever. It's a really, really good 3D fractal, and as soon as I had that working, it's like, okay, well, now I'm not going to be able to make another one that's as good as this one, because this is like the, you know, the creme de la creme, like, famous best example. So, like,
yeah, but can I just zoom in on it?
I mean, kind of, to a certain extent. It was running in a shader. It was a ray marching shader, so there was definitely a hard limit on how fast it could go. You know,
so,
like,
so that was your only issue. You had it working and everything, and you just couldn't make more fractals for it.
Right.
Damn.
Yep. Yeah, it turned out to be really hard because, you know, I copy pasted the like fractal evaluation stuff from the internet because I didn't know how to write that or design that on my own.
Damn.
That's really, really heady stuff. Like way into it. Yeah, and it was clear. It was like I could study this for like a few years, and maybe then I could start making stuff custom and like do it with intentionalness. But it was really clearly a long way off.
Damn. I guess that's crazy. I guess I sidestepped that whole thing by making 2D fractals, which are easier to understand.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good call. Honestly, the 3D stuff has its own appeal, but it definitely adds a lot of weight to your project.
I mean, I was dreaming of making a game where you are in a fractal for like 10 years, and then now I've thought, oh, now I finally know a way of doing it. And then I thought, wait a moment, what if other people did this already? And that's how I found out that you did. And also,
yeah,
there's only like 5 games on Steam that use fractals, and they all look like shit. So I guess I'll be golden.
Yeah. I saw somebody working on something recently that looked super fantastic. I don't remember the name of the thing, and I also don't remember the name of the guy. So this is a pointless thing to bring up. But I do remember seeing somebody working on one that made me like jealous. Because I was like, okay, that guy's doing it better than I did, for sure. And I think he was even doing a similar thing to what I was doing. He just did it better.
I saw one that seems to be an animated one, and it's VR.
Nice.
That seems insane, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, my big thing was that all the Fractal Explorer software I'd seen was about flying around. Like, you would float past stuff, and you could fly right through everything. So it was like, it's like a 3D scene, but it doesn't feel like a real scene. It feels like a weird hologram or something. So I really just wanted to make something that involved walking on top of the Fractal as a surface, like it's a collider.
Oh yeah, you did that too, didn't you? You had a grappling hook, but it seemed like it was really unpolishedly implemented.
Yeah, I mean, he was a pretty basic one. He was the that one way that the guy from Spider-Man 2 has been doing his grappling hooks from then until whatever his current game is. Energy hook. It's just like the point distance constraint.
Wow. Well, I usually just do stuff my own way. I don't look up how other people do it. I guess that's probably why everything is so unique and weird looking when I do it.
No, I mean, I think they're both perfectly good. It turns out that I encountered that other guy's version of doing that grappling hook at some point along the way, and it seems like a particularly good idea, but there's plenty of merit in just doing everything your own way.
Oh yeah. Wait, are we even live still? Oh wait, I guess this... Oh, never mind. It's just...
Yeah,
I guess this stuff just doesn't keep up. Wait. Now I can't stop it from being live, right? Okay, I should show you the other fractal options that you got that I got here, by the way. But what did I do? Oh, infinity, right? Well, that's bad. I tried to make a thing where it shows me the distance to the nearest collectible object, but somehow it fails.
Oh, infinity.
Yes. Damn, that is not good. Why How? Yeah, that should definitely not be infinity. So I'm assuming it doesn't find the objects?
Yeah. Subtype equals nut as a string? A string? You had to use an enum.
I don't like enums.
What?
Well, aren't they just longer to type out every time?
They are a little longer to type out, but they autocomplete, and also they give you a compiler error if you spell them wrong.
I hate autocomplete. Also, you can't. Well, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense actually.
Yeah, if you get an error by getting a typo in one of your string labels like that, then you have to run the game, and then you happen to see some wrong behavior, and hopefully it's something obvious. If it's an enum instead, if you have a typo, it'll just tell you before you're allowed to compile, like, you spelled that wrong.
Okay, so there are nuts. Why are they not shown? Goddamn. Why oh nuts or why? Yeah, I mean, that looks like perfectly valid searching code. Not even very impressive or anything, and already fails.
Yeah, I mean, just keep it minimum. Wait till we get back to this. Let's see. Yeah. Maybe do a print inside of the subtype check and see if that is happening. Because if that's happening, then any F2 should be smaller than F1, because F1 is infinity. So I think that your subtype thing isn't. It's never passing that check.
Yeah, you're right. It probably isn't. Actually, can I just find out not how does it? Okay, no, it's definitely subtighten up. Okay, well that's weird then. Oh yeah, let me just check if I'm not using info message 2 for anything else. I know it'd be faster using a debug log, but whatever.
Sure.
No, it should be. Yeah, it'd be fine. Okay, I guess it's probably not gonna do it. Let's see. Oh no. How embarrassing. Can't even. I thought I was gonna bore you with doing this basic thing where I'm just trying to find the closest nut, and it's not doing it. Well, it's actually doing it, so this is even more weird.
I mean, that sounds like game dev to me.
Yeah, you know how it is. Okay, so it works. It outputs A. So why am I really too stupid for this?
A.
Okay, target data position should work. Camera position should work. Magnitude should work. This is really blowing my mind.
Maybe print F2. Maybe it's getting like a nan.
Oh, no, you're right. Well, I mean, no, I said it right, so this is gonna be surprising. Well, thanks. I guess I don't usually jump to debugging that quickly. I usually try to solve it myself, but I guess you're right, that is faster. No, it's a valid number, goddammit.
Oh, weird.
It's down here. Right. Why, oh why? If F1 is larger than F2 and F1 is infinity, then this is madness.
Yeah.
Okay, where's F1? Oh, F1's the basic one, alright. What the hell? Well, I guess the likeliest solution would be that this seed stuff doesn't work for some reason, but that can't be right. I mean, how could it possibly transform into infinity?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh. No, I think the problem is that it does this weird thing where it... Oh god. Okay, well, what... I think I know what's wrong. I think it has this weird code where it optimizes objects by moving them into another array of objects, so the nuts are in a sleeping code, a sleeping container, I guess. And it only worked for the first frame. Yeah, okay, so now we've got a whole other kind of error where now the camera is stuck in place and I can fly around like this. I know it's like when that happens.
Oh my gosh, my cat is losing his mind. Hang on 1 second, I'll be right back.
Oh, I know what's wrong already. Alright. Of course I'd have to use the same thing here. Right, here we go then. Okay, now I can actually go find these nuts. I won't be able to destroy them, which is stupid, but whatever. Wait, can I? No, I think I might actually be able to collect them.
Okay, I'm back.
Well, it works now, but I think the problem is that they are under the ground, so that's good. So now I guess I'll get to annoy myself even more. Wait, they can't be too far underground. I wish I knew where it was. 200. That's a... It should be findable unless it's under the ground. Oh. Oh, I guess this might actually work. Let's see. Well, wait, what? How fast am I moving? Okay, I'm gonna shrink down. Ooh. Mr. No-Name, what are you doing? Are you in an airport?
Oh no, I'm in school.
Oh wow. You're a bad boy. Just joining the stream while you're in school. I mean, I guess it's slightly educational, but damn. Oh, I guess the number has gotten bigger because I zoomed in. Okay. Well, damn. Now I've made everything more complicated. I guess I need to divide the number by the zoom.
Yeah, is that the same problem you're getting with the collision stuff you were talking about? You said the player like floats above the ground or something when you're at different zoom levels?
Well, actually no, because that problem specifically only happens when I'm doing it. It works with box colliders, it doesn't work with mesh colliders, so there must be some problem with the line casts.
Yeah, strange.
Very.
Eli Roth, what's your favorite?
You're cutting out again, damn it.
God damn it!
Why must you always have the worst mic quality? I guess that will happen if you use your phone.
Oh my. Oh, well, yeah, 'cause I'm in.
Kids these days, can't you just sit in your computer and use a proper mic? Yeah, Mr. No-Name is a very weird one. I don't know why I keep him around, but I guess whenever he's not on here, he just types offensive things in the chat, so that's no better.
Who's that? Where'd they come from?
Huh?
Who is Mr. No Name? How'd they show up? Is that somebody from the channel? Is that somebody you know elsewhere?
Well, I guess he's basically just an annoying fan. Yeah, well, I don't know. I guess I just let anyone on these programming live streams. Sorry.
Yeah, it's no, don't worry. No, no offense taken.
I mean, if he becomes offensive, I'll kick him. Which he does. Well, I guess he usually just stops before the kick, so I guess that's good.
Yeah, at least there's that.
Yeah, I think he might just be trying to fix his mic. He went more quietly, by the way, I think. What happened?
Yeah, it sounded like they disconnected.
No, I mean, your mic seems lower volume than before.
Oh. Maybe I was just talking quieter.
Yes, you... Damn. Really disruptive, sorry about that.
Okay.
Oh, you're still quiet. Weird.
Maybe I scooted back a little bit and pulled a little closer.
Damn.
Alright, now we've reached like ASMR distance. So
well,
maybe that's
sounds
better.
a lot better, so I guess this is your life now.
Okay. I'll just bury my face on this microphone.
Oh no. Well, I guess you can just turn it louder.
Yeah.
This Eli Roth?
No.
Eli Roth, like from Hostel.
Oh? Is that what that's from?
And the house with a cock in its balls.
Yes, that makes sense.
Could be.
And Death Wish, how dare you? You caused that high school shooting.
Yep, it was all you.
Yeah.
Be in class right now, but I'm not.
Yeah, is your teacher gonna ground you or put you in detention?
No. Heard it. No one does that anymore. Like, you don't even have to legally go to detention.
Yeah, but they can expel you if you don't go, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. Supposed
Cutting off again. Or did you hear him?
Yeah, a little bit.
cutting off my cock.
God damn it.
If you're trying to do the smallest amount of school possible, make sure you find something else that interests you that you can do in your spare time, because you'll have a lot of extra spare time. But you gotta you gotta find something to do with that, or else you'll be really,
I have
really
plenty
bored
of
when you
things
get
to
older.
do if just my cunt of my mom gave my debit card back.
Wow.
Well,
I don't know, I think it's probably a good call to keep it away from you.
Why? What do you think I'll buy?
I think you'll buy Brain Force from Alex Jones. What else could you buy?
Gun!
Yeah, I know you would instantly buy it now just because I said it. See, it's good you don't have that debit card. Holy shit, what was I doing again?
something about the distance to these pickups.
Making the spaceship.
Oh yeah, the spaceship, of course.
Of course, the spaceship.
Oh right, I was gonna try to prevent them from going underground. Damn. Ah, this needs a good solution, but how? How
do you pick the position now?
Well, I mean, I need a general solution to keep things that are under the fractal above the fractal. Oh god, but I guess the best way to do that is painful. So let's do that.
The things, do you need to check when they spawn, or do you need to check like all the time?
All the time.
All the time. So just like the general ground collision, or just to be sure, like verify?
Yeah, just to make sure it's not under the ground.
Yeah, okay. You could maybe just do a periodic raycast, like from up in the sky straight down to their position, and see if it hits the terrain before it reaches them. You could also evaluate the fractal height at their position and see if that's higher than their Y position.
Yeah, I guess I was dreading this, but let's do it. I need to. Oh my god.
Florian, where can I buy cunt again?
It's free.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I know, Edmund's finest game. You can play it right on Newgrounds or
So
on
like
the
what?
website.
Do you like play like a vagina or something?
No, you play.
I think it's the other way around.
Ah.
Yeah, other way around.
Yeah, you know it too. You know all my terrible secrets.
Got it.
Yep.
Wait, wasn't that one in
No.
Indie Game the movie too? I feel like they showed that in
may
that
have been,
movie.
yeah, but just briefly.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a clip of that or something.
Well, Edmund didn't dare to put it into his Steam collection of Flash games. What a tragedy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Eli Roth, Green Inferno was shit.
I definitely agree. That is the most embarrassed I've ever been for a movie director when I saw that movie.
Cannibal Holocaust fan fiction.
What's
That
it
shit-
called?
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen the one it was based on.
Green
but,
Inferno.
yeah, Green Inferno. Terrible movie. Don't even consider watching it. It's so embarrassing. I'm down
weird
with
to
a bad
think
movie
that like the
sometimes.
only good movie you've made is actually a kids movie. How embarrassing is that?
What, Hostel?
No,
That movie
no,
does look
The
pretty
House
bad.
of a Cock in Its Balls.
Oh, that one. Hey, that's not bad. I like that one.
Oh yeah, I'm
Anything
saying
about
that's
that
his
one?
only good movie.
Yeah, damn. Well, you probably don't have any achievements to your name. How do you feel about that, Billy?
How dare you?
You didn't even
I-
get good grades in school, I bet.
Hey, it's my senior year. Give me a break.
That's the most important one.
Oh my god! Actually, my senior year in high school, I spent 4 out of my 8 class periods in photo. I found out that I could get away with that because the photo teacher and I were kind of buddies. And the photo class was 2 periods long, but I got 2 different versions of that 2-period class per day. And then he would write me a note for my government class.
Actually, you
So
know
I wouldn't
what?
have to
Yeah,
take
no,
that one. It was
so-
great, but he was
Fuck
also
you,
dumb.
Eli Roth. Because I know Tarantino wanted to get Adam Sandler as the Bear Jew, but he had to get you instead.
You wanted to get Adam Sandler for that?
Yeah,
That
but
would
he
have
couldn't
been
get him.
hilarious.
Yeah, that's
It
kind
would've
of
been
that's
his-
kind of fascinating in like a Tarantino kind of way. I think I probably would have liked that more.
Yeah, of course. Like.
And Florian, look
one
at this
good
way.
role for Adam Sandler, damn.
And look at this way, Tarantino, one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. He dropped out of high school. He didn't went back to fucking finish that bullshit.
Damn.
He
Yeah.
probably had something else he was very passionate about, though. It may or may not have been related to making movies.
Well, the thing is that Willie is very passionate about using the N-word, so he probably would make a good Tarantino. He would just get in that chat and spam it all the
No,
time.
here's the thing, and it will be very like a black and white like satire. Like I'll only have like white people say it, and like I'll have black people say the opposite.
Oh, so it's the kind of satire where you just do the thing you're making fun of and don't like actually comment about it. You just kind of do it and then say,
Yeah,
"Oh, that's
no,
funny."
I don't have the audience comment on that because that's smart screenwriting is having your audience
That is pretty good.
what you're making.
I think their comments would be like, I think Eli Roth made this.
Wow, got him.
Woo! Zinger based on movie directors. Anyway, yeah, Eli Roth, a pretty embarrassing guy. Oof.
I didn't think he'd have so much common ground with Willie. That's good.
I'm a little embarrassed that I have any common ground with Billy, to be totally honest.
Oh, you're right. He's a god awful filmmaker. Or bullshit.
You're really shiving with this bad kid
I
in
haven't even
school.
seen Hostel. What's that even about? Is it just like Saw, but just not Saw?
It's a scary movie about going to a foreign country. It's for people who are afraid of going to a foreign country.
Oh, so it's Cabin Fever.
Well, I think
Kind of. It's like people go to somewhere in Europe. I forget where in Europe. They go somewhere, they stay in a hostel, and then they find out that the hostel is secretly a place where they capture people, and then rich people come in and pay to kill them. It's a very dumb
Cabin
movie.
Fever.
As you do, yeah.
I thought Cabin Fever was like people go in the woods and then get sick, and then it's gross or something.
Wow.
Oh, well, that was the original, but then that shitty remake that came out like a few years back, that was the plot of it.
Oh, gotcha.
I guess Hostel is Saw, but less pretentious, and Saw is all kinds of anti-capitalism bullshit, and then Hostel is just pure capitalism, because the rich people get to torture the poor people that go to these hostels. So I guess it's a better way of having a Saw. Oh, is your teacher annoyed at you for being noisy on the phone? Was that the teacher that we heard? Aw, is he gone? Oh, maybe he has to be quiet.
Uh-oh. Somebody didn't follow the rules, and now they're sitting quietly and feeling weird and also kind of annoyed.
Well, we'll see if you don't legally have to go to detention now, eh?
Hey, it's technically legal defense.
Oh god, you know what's the worst fucking Eli Roth movie though? It's Knock Knock. That was terrible.
Haven't seen it.
Damn. Alright, well, let's see.
Make up some 70s shits.
Oh boy, there's actual chat interaction. Calling me a fascist again, of course. Damn you, Willie. Right here. Well, I guess I won't have much time to show the progress, and I guess I'm so good I didn't even show the thing properly, did I? Damn. Where is it? Do I see it? Oh, I guess if I go here, then if I go off camera, I might see if it's way underground or. Oh wow, it's way underground. Who knew? Okay, so is this minus 100? Wait, is it minus? Oh god. I don't know. Now let's try no, minus 100 should be even lower. Yeah, no, that was stupid. Is it minus the fractal number? Damn. Yeah, I think it must be minus the fractal number. But that can't be right. Shouldn't the fractals go upwards? Now I'm confused. Why is it so far down there? Oh.
No, I'm actually proud of Nicholas. Get out Columbine.
Well, those snippets of speech are interesting. Nicholas Cruz and Columbine. I guess that gives us all kinds of guessing room.
Oh, sorry, he beat out the deaf Columbine.
The death?
Death counts.
How'd he do that? Wait, who is he?
Oh, he's the guy that did that high school shooting.
Oh.
He was smart, actually, because he's very smart, because he pulled the fire alarm so everyone will get out the hallway so he can murder them.
That does sound pretty smart.
It is very smart. Smart kid.
Wait, the nuts are down here too? Well, fuck.
Send them free, release them.
Well, at least I know this distancing works.
Right, you agree, Eli Roth, right?
No.
Why? He was smart.
You don't even agree as Eli Roth?
The Columbine kids didn't do that. They didn't even pull the fucking, like, fire alarm.
So, is that the one that we hear that is, like, the worst shooting so far?
Well, no, it's the highest school shooting death count.
I actually remember somebody in my high school making that same joke on the day of the Virginia Tech shooting, and it was a really dumb joke then.
Damn.
Many years later, it's still a dumb joke now. What do you know?
No, you know something funny I noticed?
What's the joke? That he pulled the fire alarm, but didn't that actually happen?
Nah, something about they did it better or whatever. Like it's fucking.
But yes, everyone listening to the chat, if you want to do a school shooting, always make sure to pull the fire alarm so everyone gets out.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. No beating that method, huh? I mean, there's probably no better way of getting everyone out.
Actually, Florian, you know something interesting? Notice how that movie, Happy Death Day, having that sequel come out on Valentine's Day next year. It's called Happy Death Day 2.
Like it's pretty good. What's that? Did your phone run out of battery? Oh well.
Hey, saved by the bell.
Yeah, I guess Valentine's Day is pretty dark.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I gotta say, high school sounds hard. Sounds like it's a tough situation to still be in there.
Oh, you mean for Willie?
Yeah.
So Eli, what's your favorite school?
I don't know. I think school is pretty relaxing compared to real life.
Yeah, I wonder what he's gonna do in the real world.
I used to like school. Well, I guess I was a nerd, so that makes sense.
Yeah. I liked school for a little, like, certain points. There were certain things early on that I liked, and there was a certain point when I started to realize, like, kind of a broad pattern of, like, I don't know, I'm not going to get into it, but whatever. There's a certain point where I kind of switched my tune there, and then it's like, okay, now I'm going to do the minimum possible and try to, you know, save as much time as I can for what I actually want to be doing.
Damn. And,
like, in a certain way, that's like a, you know, a little immature kind of strategy, but it worked out well enough for me, so I'm feeling okay about it. But I think that it's a sort of a treacherous road, because I hear a lot of people say, you know, they skated by in high school, and then they get out, and it's like, oh shit, now I actually have to, like, try and, like, do stuff, and, like, I haven't developed any of the discipline to, like, actually do that, because I haven't had to in school, and that sounds like it would be a real fucking bummer for, like, a long fucking time. So I'm very, very fortunate that I didn't end up in that situation, even though I totally did try to fuck off when I was in school.
And the best part too, go on, Florian, it's fine.
What?
Still can't hear you, bud.
Legalize weed in Canada, so you can sell weed.
Okay, I'm gonna have to kick you now.
No!
That was the line? That mentioning weed in Canada was the threshold.
Well, no,
that's too far.
I mean, I do hate weed more than anything, but also just the fact that he's very, very disruptive to the conversation, hard to hear.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
Yeah, I guess I did kind of good in school, but then the last year I slacked off and didn't do any homework and just skated by.
Right.
I mean, I guess I never did any homework, but I still did alright. But in the last year, I didn't even study for the exams. I mean, I did study, but just like on the day before, and everyone else was like studying for 3 months or something.
Yeah.
And then I succeeded at all of them except for maths, so figure that. But that makes sense, because I like straight up didn't study for that one, because I thought I would just get it right because it's maths, but no. I guess I still had some learning to do.
Yeah.
Didn't think my best subject would fail me. Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I got by just paying attention in class. That goes a long way. A lot of people don't do that.
Yeah, seriously. That was my big thing in math class. I had this teacher that said, this math class is hard, and I'm not going to grade your homework, because if you don't do it, it'll show on your test scores. And I heard that, and I went, damn. That's a challenge. I know that's a challenge. I had to go for it. And it worked out okay. I don't know.
There was times where the homework was so easy that I didn't have to do it. Instead, I would just do it in class.
Right. Yeah, you do, like, during lunch. Right before they turn it in.
During the lesson, even.
Oh, yeah.
It's went pretty well. Okay, so now the ball is somewhere, but it's not where it should be, so that's horrendous.
So what? You had like 100 in that expression. You had like 100 minus f, or like f minus 100. What's the 100 from? Where's that?
Well, I guess I tried to make Well, I guess that's pretty retarded, actually. I tried to avoid that glitch where the ground didn't work. I thought if I moved the ground up by 100 it would work, but nope, guess not.
Okay.
And now I still have it at 100, so that's good. Does this get high? I need to output this. This is useless information otherwise. Info message 2 is F1. 2 string. I think. I guess he did me the favor of leaving before I could kick him.
Hey, perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the thing is he's usually enjoyable to talk to, but only if he's one-on-one.
Yeah, there's like a thing. It's like, yeah, if you're an edgy youngster and there's more people in the room, you're gonna amplify your edginess. It's well, like
the thing is, he
conservation
tells me,
of ninjutsu.
Oh boy. Well, he tells me he has no friends and he doesn't make any effort to not be an offensive asshole all the time.
Yeah, I mean, those might be related.
Yeah, I wonder, huh? Okay, so I guess...
Uh-oh. He's coming back for the last laugh. Is that the same person?
Please, Florian, you're my only friend.
Did you just listen to that and respond to it? Or were you here while I said it? Damn. Yeah, I think I really might be your only friend. You're crazy. I mean,
well, dude, honestly, I actually hope that you figure out how to integrate more at some point. I don't know. It's a weird fucking off-putting world out there, and you gotta act towards other people like in a way that you would want to be around. Like,
yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, so this is nightmarish to figure out. I mean, why is the ball not even? Okay, what's... Wait, the ball. Okay, I guess what if I say that F height... Wait a moment. Oh. This is already times F height. Okay, well now I'm even more confused. Okay, so if I make the height the maximum, how much does it give me? Wow, it's only slightly higher. I mean, I know that the X and Y seems to be off, so that's terrible. But also the fact that I can't see the ball sure is annoying. I wonder where the ball is.
Yeah.
Damn, in the other game I had a way to see balls through walls. I guess that wouldn't help me because it's straight under me regardless. Is it gonna come out of the ground here? Yes. Oh wow, it's that far down. Well, I mean, I guess I might as well just... No, I should look this up. Where is it?
If you're under the ground, can you see it? If you're like under the... Oh, wait, there it is now. Oh.
Yeah.
Man! So it shows up over here,
oh, God,
and then it goes underneath?
Why did I say minus 100? That is so retarded. Okay, well, I guess I can tell it minus 100 another time in the code. No. Here.
Yeah,
wait,
those look like centering.
This is minus 100?
That looks like a centering thing for putting your fractal like around 0.
Does it even need this minus 100? Yeah, I know, but I guess it's... Yeah, that was clumsy. That shouldn't have been in there.
Yeah, I think if you're going to do some kind of an offset like that, you might just want to do it inside of that get frac function, and then you wouldn't have to change the inputs in other places.
But the offset would be different because... Well, I mean, there shouldn't be any offset, actually. That's the thing. I don't know. Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, I'd kind of recommend having a function somewhere that just gives you the world space Y position of the fractal and like includes all of the scaling and whatnot. Scaling and offsets and stuff.
Yeah,
and then if you have to change your Yeah, if you have to change your scaling or your offsets, it only happens in one place.
There's a scale here too in this. No wonder it'd be some random shit. Oh, that was a weird loading. Scale. Well, now I forgot what it was. Oh, 0.2. Yeah, okay. Let's see if I can get that right. I don't even know what I have in copy paste. Oh, nothing. Right, I should copy paste it. Okay, well that's good, I guess. I have this now. Now how many errors will I get from that? Well, I mean, I guess at least those from this pointless thing here. Now the question is, oh, it's multiplying it by this. No, I guess that's still fine. That's in there too. Well, I guess let's see what happens now. Let's see if the fractal has been destroyed or decentered or whatever else. Yeah, I think this is probably better. Let's see. I guess it's only slightly off center. Oh, I guess while we're here, I'll show you the other fractals we can do. I mean, this is a Julia set, and obviously the Julia set has so many cool options. Okay, so I guess here's a basic one. Oh, Jesus. And there's a bug that is in my code that makes it so when I turn the camera, it sometimes moves these sliders, which is terrible.
Oh, weird.
Yes, indeed.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of different ones, really cool ones.
Yeah.
I have a text file of cool looking ones, but it might be annoying to get to them.
I think I saw that in your editor, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what? Come on, that's like that. I clicked somewhere completely different. Oh, great. Okay, so this one doesn't look too cool as it is, but if I turn down the iteration count, it looks cooler, I think. Because it's like spiky, I guess. Unless you like it like this, I guess.
Right.
So if I turn down the iteration count, it's 16, that's the lowest. I mean, that looks slightly less weird. But there's all kinds of really cool ones. And then of course there's the Mandelbrot, which is always good. Oh, and that one's off center too now, of course. Ah, Jesus. Oh, and I'm under the ground. Oh, now I spawned on top. Okay, well, surprisingly, it's still not lining up with what it should be, even though I changed the thing. Okay, I guess I want to set it low height for now. Am I moving faster because of low height? That would be weird.
Is it possible the map is smaller with that change, or is the map like totally separate from that fractal function? Or the map size, I mean.
The map size is the same. I only changed a minus.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so this changes height way more than it should, which is...
Well, I just saw it move, yeah.
That
was strange.
Much.
It's like upside down?
Wait, upside down? Did I make it minus?
No, maybe it's not upside down. Maybe it's just at a funky scale or something. It seemed like they were moving in opposite directions for a minute there.
Well, the thing is that it's also off by X and Y. No, X and C, so I guess the Y output is random anyways. Oh my god! Of course, me being completely stupid doesn't help, does it? Because I fed it the Y axis, not the C axis.
Oh, whoops.
Okay, oh, it is -2, which is... I don't know, is that bad? Yeah, it's bad, okay. Okay, let's make that 100 and minus, and then Well, I mean, it's still way too move. It moves way too much considering that how big the map is in height and how much it moves when it's not the map.
Yeah.
Okay, where's the dot? Is that a knot? Yep.
If you get mixed up with those XY versus XZ coordinates, sometimes you could also make it so the fractal function just takes a single world position as input and returns a single world position float as like a Y value.
That makes sense, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and then you can do your little swizzling inside the function and don't have to worry about remembering it.
But then I'd have to use those vectors that you said would be so inefficient.
Well, I mean, you could also do the swizzling like manually. You don't have to actually...
Swizzling?
That's the GPU vector stuff where you can do like some vector dot xz, and it gives you a vector 2 of those two components. You can also set those. You can say like some vector dot xz equals like 1 1, and then you're setting the x and the y or x and the z coordinate at the same time. Turns out GPU is really fast at doing that. They have very, very good, very powerful vector implementations.
Well, anyways, I'm showing off a little bit here the fractal zooming thing. I guess you saw it in the video yesterday, but I guess I just want to remind people that there's still some competency going on in here. I mean
nice. The smoothing looks nice. I like those little ridges.
It's weird because it's supposed to be fully smooth, but it's got like lines there. But I guess the lines actually give it a nice look. So I don't know what to do about that.
There might be some subtle thing that's off or something like that. I think as far as I remember, it should be able to make it totally smooth.
It doesn't. I don't know if I did the function wrong, but I don't think it does.
Yeah,
so this is off like by a little bit. In this case, it's not strong enough, but sometimes it's too strong, and then it actually overlaps the wrong way.
It's like it looks like it's maybe happening at the points where it needs an extra iteration to get to that landing spot, or it takes an extra iteration to escape. I think the bands are like the iteration count based. They're like each band is one particular iteration count.
Yeah, no, but the smoothing is supposed to smooth in between those, but it sometimes overshoots and sometimes undershoots.
Yeah, so it seems like something in there is just a little funky.
Well, I used the function.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know what.
I mean, maybe the function doesn't work with super low iterations because everyone always goes for really high iterations, which is crazy because it makes such nice shapes if it's not that high.
Yeah.
It'll be super thin lines if it was high iteration counts.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I guess I don't remember seeing those kinds of bands when that effect is working correctly. Maybe it's worth checking into again. Maybe not. Whatever. It looks fine.
I mean, maybe it's not obvious when it's just one color piece off. One color point off, but it's noticeable if it's a height point, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks a million times better than it used to anyways. Okay, so it turns out this doesn't seem to help in any way. Oh wait, what does this do? I mean, I know the function doesn't work in every way, that's what I meant to say, which is crazy. I don't know why. Wait. Oh. Well, I guess it should work. Let's see. Okay, so this is the function where the mesh uses where the mesh gets the values from this, which is this stuff is good, which is e minus 100 times scale. I guess I already had e minus 100 here, so it was redundant in the get frac frac function. By the way, I called that function that without realizing that it sounds stupid. And now I guess I'm going with it.
Yeah. I mean, frac is it's both a popular made-up swear word and also a popular shader function. So you didn't really faze me with what they call frac.
Well, it's called get frac, so it's like It's like a very rude thing to say.
Right.
Well, it's good I didn't say get fracked, which I was almost gonna do with a T, because
Yeah.
fractal.
You could find the fractal offset and you could call it frack off.
Damn. That's even better. I just call the game that. It's just frack off. Yeah, Willie's having trouble with his phone, huh? Or does he just not know if he wants to join or not?
I don't know.
Well, this seems fine. Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, so target X is based upon not using the zoom. And then the other thing... Oh, no! Well, fuck. Alright, so... I guess what we need to do now is... Oh, lovely. Yeah, this is real good stuff. Okay. So the thing is that I have a game I guess a transform game object, and that's the center of the fractal, and I move it and also I scale it, so now I get to do this stuff. Do I just want to inverse transform, or do I want to do it another way?
You want to go from world space into local space?
Well, I don't know if I would call it that. I guess it is that, huh? Yeah, but I guess I'll do it with math, I hope.
Yeah,
Wait,
if you're going world space to local space, then you would do inverse transform.
Right, I mean, but math I meant not that way, but okay, let's... Oh, I don't know, should I do it that way? I mean, like, yeah, no, I guess I'll do it that way, you're right.
Yeah, transform point and inverse transform point are very, very handy. That's like a standby for me. I use those all the time.
They sure are. I guess the issues here are float error, but considering I won't be using this function for anything important, it should be fine. I mean, I guess I will be, but it's just checking if I'm under the ground, so that shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's just for checking out the ground, that seems totally fine.
Okay, so fract dot transform. Yeah, transform dot inverse.
Transformers?
Oh my god.
Yeah, if you have a world space position, like where the mouse is or where the ship is, and you're trying to find the fractal value there, you would inverse transform from world space, and that would give you the local space position, and then you can use that local space position as your fractal.
I always hated Bumblebee.
God damn it, really. Coming in here, and this is more educational than your school could ever be. Well, you should stop interrupting us if you don't want to get kicked.
Sorry, alright. What are we talking about? Talking about the spaceship, yeah. Spaceship invented in 1805.
He's just trying to get kicked.
No, I swear, please.
So, and I'm also going to mention, you could do that inverse transform inside of your get fractal function, right? You can say that function's input is world space.
That would be good. Because
why is that?
Because the get fractal function is also used by the mesh that is created, and the mesh has already the local value.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So maybe, well, okay, I guess an option then is you could make that function have a flag input of whether or not to do that conversion. But at that point, it might be easier to, or it might be just as quick to do it a different way.
Yep.
So, whatever.
Well, I might just make a different function that uses the other function. We'll see.
Yeah. That sounds good too.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That makes sense.
Yeah, get fractal from world and just get fractal like on its own. That sounds good.
Now Willie's finally making sense by his bold statement that depression isn't real. Yeah, I keep saying it, and no one believes me. Oh man.
Do after high school.
I wonder what that was.
Yeah, I guess the world will never know.
I don't understand. The number doesn't change, but the dot changes. What the hell? How did I collide with the... Oh.
Is that the plus 100 going on now? Is that 100 points higher than where it's supposed to be, or is that somewhere else?
Yeah, actually, I think the dot is staying on the same height. It's just me that moved.
Oh.
Move it more to the left.
Yes, of course. Okay, so it's always putting out the same thing.
What's the output range of Get Fractal? Is that like... What units is that in?
I believe it's 100 cents.
Alright, let's kick Willy.
No! I'm trying to help, damn it!
Alright, there we go. Oh, good thing I didn't kick you by accident. Alright, so, well, fuck, I don't even know, but I guess I'll have to, well, whatever, let's output whatever F1 is turning out to be. That'll be, like, useful information.
Yeah.
Damn, I had such amazing speed when I started working on this, but I guess this simple stuff here is taking me forever. But then again, I did dread making this function where game objects would be able to find out the fractal height, so I guess at least I knew it'd be annoying to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, even simple stuff, it's like if there's enough other stuff surrounding it, it's not really simple anymore.
I guess I just didn't do it professional enough. If I had just made it so that the function would work that way to begin with, it would have been good. I'm very annoyed that it's not centered. I must center it, but I don't actually know what that would mean, huh? Okay, so I've made that 40, I don't even know. Oh boy. Okay, so that didn't work. Fractal frame. Oh yeah, no wonder I did the wrong thing. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. I mean, I didn't set target to be anything yet, so that's... No, actually, it's already player, so that was fine, but... Well, it wasn't fine, but I'm very confused. I guess I have this global variable called target, and it ended up being the player anyways, which was convenient. Okay, this is a number, and the number changes not too much at all. Usually inverse is the right one for this.
Yeah, it seems like it should be.
I'm going from global to local.
Yep.
How is this possible? There's no way this could be right.
So the output is always 9.5 whatever?
Yeah. I mean, it's probably something I mean that just tells me that I got the wrong factor, and it always thinks that I'm in the center of the fractal. I think.
Yeah, really strange.
Either that or I'm really far off, but considering I'm starting out at 0, I'm probably not too far off. Well, I mean... Oh, actually, this shouldn't be too hard to figure out from here. Let's see, target X. Target X, or just X. What's happening? Oh, I see. Wait, this is weird. Wow, this is really weird. No, wait, it's fine. Okay. Okay, so I just have to divide it by this number and then I should be good. Okay.
Hey.
Man. Yeah, because I had a scale for it, of course, yes.
FSCA, what does that stand for?
Fractal scale.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, okay.
That's one of the less weird ones, but the ones that are just like vector1 or float1, those are really well named, aren't they?
Yeah, I have a lot of like 0.1 t whatever things, but they're usually if it's like inside of a short little function.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I guess I just have them as global variables and then I just reuse them, unless it's a function. In that case, I redefine them, but they're still the same ones.
Yeah, I got to a point where I started defining all of my loop iterators, like I and whatnot, inside the loop. Like I wouldn't declare them at the top and then reuse them. I would just have each loop has its own, because you're allowed to do that more than once in the same function as long as they're not nested inside of each other. And then if you do accidentally nest them inside of each other, you get a compiler error because you're defining the same variable name twice.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it. Whenever I do it in the main thing, though, I don't make them variables. I just use the ones that are already global. But I guess that basically works the same way. Just less professional, I guess. But
yeah, I think I hit the like nesting loop error where you like accidentally use the same iterator in both loops and one's inside the other. I think I've hit that error a couple too many times. I decided I don't want to do that anymore. That's like one of my least favorite bugs to occur. Like
I always use E in the first loop and then A in the next loop.
Oh yeah.
So it's usually.
Well, and then if you have a problem with it, you can just blame EA.
Yes. That makes perfect sense. Oh, there he goes with the N-word. Who could have predicted? Oh, you're chatting with him even, damn. But I guess you don't see his true offensiveness.
Wait, I'm chatting with him? Oh, right, yeah. Okay, yeah. I forgot.
Yep.
Oh, actually, I can see from your stream there. It didn't. It hid that message from me. It didn't even say that it showed up.
Yeah, you see, it's giving me the option to show or hide it. Oh man, I guess showing it on screen shows it already.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so offensive. Half his messages don't get through. Did I make it even less now? I think I made it even less now. Okay, so that... Well, I mean, the chances that I just have to do it the other way. I multiply instead of divide. Does that make sense? I think it does. I'm not sure, but let's see. Oh, it does, yeah.
Hey.
Even I could... Oh, but... Yeah, the question is, do I multiply it there, or do I multiply it after inversing the transform? Oh my god, it seems to work.
Hey!
Oh my god, yeah.
Holy shit.
Here's the ball even. The ball is just too high, but it also goes too high. Oh my god, why does it go so high? Oh, I guess that's also times F scale, isn't it?
Yeah, are you doing an offset and then that's getting scaled? Maybe you need to scale first and then do the offset?
Well, I mean, the output works. I mean, the input works, but the output... Oh, but this is terrible, actually. Well, I guess I know I multiplied by F scale and then also by fractal dot scale dot Y. Oh boy.
No, wait, and that vector it was printing in the bottom right corner, is that the input for the fractal, or is that the world position?
No, that's the global position, it's the input.
Okay.
God, there's no way this is the right number. God damn. I don't know which one I have to multiply, which one I have to divide. Oh, he's on lunch, I guess. I see that I didn't pay attention or anything but the N-word. Okay, so now the ball is way too far out and I don't even know where it went. Wait, what? Oh, okay, now that makes sense. Does it? Well, it looks to be fine, but now it's way too much. And it was already too much, so I have to divide by one of these things. Just don't know by what. Oh. Okay, I guess I have to divide by that one. Yeah, that makes more sense. Ah, no. Ooh. Oh yeah, how do you like that whenever you save the code, it just crashes the game that you're running?
Yeah.
How would you rate that feature out of 10?
I would give it a 4.
Damn, really?
Not a very useful feature. I've seen more useful features than that in Unity.
Does it do that for you too, or am I using the code wrong?
It does that for me sometimes. There's a certain something that you can do that makes it start shitting the bed like that. If you do a brand new project, it won't do that, but as soon as you start doing something, it breaks it. I think it might be if you spawn new game objects after it starts, and those have a script on them, something like that.
Well, I think the main thing is actually if you put all your script in one file and then then it definitely does it because what happens then is that it just starts over, but it doesn't do the start function, I guess.
Yeah.
So it loses all the data. So unless the data is like, I'm assuming it saves the data under certain circumstances, and I'm assuming those circumstances are when they're like in public variables that are on objects, in scripts that are on objects. I think that's the only time it retains data after you save a file.
Yeah, I think your idea about not initializing again, that seems like it might be right to me. Like it does part of the reinitializing process, but not the whole thing or something. So it ends up out of sync. Maybe it's not even really a bug. Maybe it's something that's like a defined behavior that we just don't understand. I don't really know.
Yeah, it probably is, but it's obviously a shit option. It needs to be an option, I guess, not just a thing it does.
Yeah.
If I could just turn that off, it would be so useful.
Yeah, I would rate that feature as slightly better than not saving everything in play mode and having to work around that all the time. I would rate that feature as maybe a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, that feature's pretty good too, huh? Well, I guess I don't really do much during play mode most of the time. I guess if you're a level designer, though, it'd be annoying.
Yeah, I end up with a bunch of just like random components that have a bunch of little inspector values to tune with, and then you just forget. And you stop your play mode, and then you go, no! Run around the house for a minute or whatever.
Oh, I thought you submerged from your... Well, you basically become Darth Vader when he gets off that rack.
You get really, really angsty and start talking like Willy.
Oh no! The worst fate of all.
Oh no!
What? Man. Okay, oh, I guess there's a chance that I actually set it to 110 instead of 100 and... just 100. So maybe it's not, let's see. Maybe that's why it was just underground there.
If you have one of those magic offset numbers, you gotta save that as a variable so everybody can reference that variable instead of having to have the number 100 in 10 places or whatever. Then you don't have to remember all the spots where you put it, you can just change the variable.
Wait, what am I doing? I have that variable, don't I?
Oh!
That variable is called fract.position.y.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
It seems like it's getting a lot closer, and it pops up like that when you go over the...
Well, it seems like it's popping up too much. And also, what did I do wrong with this? Oh, frat instead of fract. Well, I guess I'm glad that I finally am getting this function to work. I just have to recenter the fractal, and then I'll be happy.
Yeah, I get really into those like core utility functions. Usually pretty early on, because like
you're one of those, huh?
Yeah, I mean, if you make a few of those for your project, like you can depend on those for basically the rest of development. I think I maybe showed you a clip at some point of that like tunnel racer game I was working on.
Yeah.
that one, there's like a small number of utility functions that are related to warping things into that tunnel space. So we can spawn stuff around the tunnel, and we can do things like that. There's maybe like 3 or 4 utility functions, and I've just been using those same ones like since the beginning of the project.
Yeah, I guess those are good.
Keep being handy.
Wow, I guess I was wrong about it just being the fractal position. Okay, well, I guess I can use the pause, I guess the in play mode. Now let's see. Oh, great. Wait, you're parented. No, you're not parented. Ah, shit. Right. That means I will have no way to find out which one is the parent. And are they all that height? Oh wait, they're all at 100. Well, that's confusing. If they're all at 100, then why doesn't it work? Yeah, fractal position is backdrop times 100. Damn it! But how does this make sense? How does this get worse? I'm defeated.
Well, speaking of which, I'm running out of time here. I gotta head out in just a few minutes.
I'm sorry, these streams are usually longer than they... Well, I mean, I guess the longer the more productive, but yeah, sure. I guess I should have warned you that they're long.
Yeah, I saw the likes of the other ones.
Oh my god. Well, actually, I guess this is how it was earlier. It still well, I guess I can't tell because the ball doesn't have a shadow, because things basically don't work well with shadows when they're in such a complex mesh as this. Well, I guess this ball does a lot more than you think, so that's good. What happens if I zoom in? Oh good, it's still not, it's still somewhere. Wait, no, it is. Oh, I see. When I zoom in, most of the objects are out of position until I specifically put them back in position, so that's why the ball goes away each time I do that. But I guess it's still mostly in the right spot, so that means I now have almost the power to do this, and then I can finally prevent nuts from being under the ground. Hooray!
Yeah. Is there some zoom level where the sphere is correct?
No, because I don't know why it's... Well, I guess I wouldn't find out now, considering it is... I guess it's offset by 20? Well, I guess I could... Okay, if I don't offset it, is there a zoom where it... okay, let's offset it by 1, maybe... No, that can't be right now.
Yeah, I wonder if there's some particular zoom level where it happens to be right. Maybe that'll give you a hint about what it is supposed to be doing.
Oh, actually, I haven't even considered lots of things. Oh god. Oh wait, this F height, this might not be necessary, because it already has the scale. Oh no. Well, I mean, I haven't even tried other things yet, so yeah, I think that F height is useless. Because it already has the scale as well as the other one. Right, maybe this will fix it. Even though I don't know how much F height is, maybe now it's even more broken. Well, I guess we moved a lot closer to this being a function, so that's good.
Yeah.
And we met my worst friend Willie, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, is it perfectly on the ground?
Oh.
Yes, it is. I offset it by 1, so that's good. I mean, that's why it's not clipping into the ground. Right. Which I guess would have been more convenient to tell if it's correct. Oh well. It seems to be pretty correct, though. If I collide with the ground, then I am right under the ball. Yeah! That's it. Yeah. Now I got it. Now I can finally stop things from being underground. And maybe I can just use this data to give the mouse actual walking physics as well.
Hey, alright, fantastic. Man, that was like right on time.
Oh, I was just going to show you the mouse real quick, because I realized I hadn't done that yet.
Yeah, let's see that.
Where am I? Oh, I guess I'm still really zoomed in, but for some reason it placed me... Oh, I see, it places you. Oh, but now I can't get rid of this ball. Oh well. There, this is my mouse. I don't know if you saw this mouse before. Oh yeah, in the trailer.
Yeah, I saw it in that other clip of the bird. And I think I saw you running around on the Fractal at some point. This maybe the first time you showed this. It was with this mouse guy bopping around.
Oh. Oh yeah, I guess I showed you one of the other streams as well.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. It's a very cute mouse.
Yeah. So is that maybe the art guy that was credited in that video? I forget their name.
Nestor is the one who does the art. Yeah.
Yeah. Looks good.
Well, he does all the art for my games, and he's pretty good. But I guess
cool.
in this game, I just used the art out of context. But
right.
that's fine. He'll still get his dues.
Yeah, I mean, it was clearly made for that other scene.
Yeah.
Sense.
I guess it's a bit different, the art style of the ship and the mouse. But the ship should have a nicer texture. I just didn't import the texture right, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh well, there we go. Look at my beautiful marshmallow puff fractal.
Looking good.
Yeah.
That get position thing seems to be doing what it's supposed to.
Yeah, now I can just pack it into a function and make sure that nothing ever needs to do a raycast in this thing again.
Yeah, and then you can be super, super succinct when you have to ask questions about Fractal stuff, because you can just use that tiny function name instead of having to remember all this scaling and offsetting shit and all that. And you just forget about it forever.
Yeah. Well, I probably know where it'd be if it wasn't a function, but yeah, it's great that I know it now. Or I could just make it so that every object has a code built in that it doesn't go under the fractal.
You could have one manager that has a list of all the things to check that for, and it can do a periodic little check for all of them. Like maybe it does one per frame. If it finds that any of them have gone under, it can do that. That's only really relevant if you have like a lot of them, though, and it's like expensive to check.
I don't use managers. I just put that in a line in my script that already has all the other lines in it.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like a manager.
Yeah, I know. But it's just one manager.
Yeah.
not different managers.
Yeah, I had a script in Not the Robots that was called God Control, because it was just like, I don't know what to call this, because it's like the manager for the whole game, basically. Like it launches everything else, so it needed a monolithic title.
Yeah, I always call it all.cs. It's
all
the all.
.cs. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a different version of main.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if main would give you errors because it's supposed to be something special.
Right.
Alright, well, there we go. I shan't keep you any longer. Well, I made progress, and that's good, and hopefully the game will come out in time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.